Yeah, so we're gonna start a new thing. This is a mod called Spaceblock. Yeah, and we're planning just like normal free play stuff. We're gonna get some stuff done. But Spaceblock, to introduce the mod before we introduce the goals of this thing, is this kind of map where you don't actually start with any resources at all. The way you get stuff is you just got to fabricate it from thin air. This is kind of like a less aggressive version of Seablock. Seablock, like, this doesn't have all the bobs and angels stuff in it. All of the recipes are just normal kind of things. You know, make green chips the normal way, make red science the normal way, all of that kind of stuff. The thing is, it's kinda slow because you get little bits of resources and you can't just like throw miners down and stuff like that. But we start off with some resources. Oh yeah, landfill. We'll talk about that in a bit as well. Because the only way I've got of making resources at the moment is this kind of thing where you just, these, once I have some of these resources, I can kind of focus on those types with like a small margin, like 1 per second. But until then, it's just like this weird stochastic thing. So I guess we're going to set that up. Let's start with, let's figure out where these guys are going to go first. Not like that. I guess we got one of these as well. Let's put in some power poles. Let's figure out how these things will fit. Sure. Yeah, they'll fit there, apparently. Allegedly. That's not going to fit there. Do I need these? Let's hit recipes first. Press that button. Yeah, so these guys are at least... now they're kind of running. Where else can I fit? That's much better, isn't it? I'm just kind of going to block off the space, but whatever. Yeah, so I had a bit of a muck around with this mod. I saw someone else running it and then decided it seemed interesting enough for me to run it. Let me fit all the rest of these things in, kind of. But yeah, this is pretty much how this starts, and now I get all of these things, and I've got small amounts of stuff that I can't really do anything with. Like, I need to get quite a lot of stone first. Let's just keep doing that by ourselves. Yeah, so we need to work through the fairly normal looking tech tree. This is all just the normal stuff. Where furnaces? Yeah, furnaces down here. There is some other stuff in concrete which we'll see in a bit. But yeah, to do all of that, I need ore, which I don't really have. I need stone, which I also don't really have. And I need to make stone furnaces with the stone that I don't have, so I don't have that yet. I then need some coal, which I've kind of got, and some bits of ore, and yeah, just it's all a bit of a mess. So I think this is going to be, you know, kind of a slow and chill series, on the grounds that this, like, yeah, this is not going to behave in the same way as a speedrun. Just not at all. Okay, so now I can make some furnaces. Let's make a couple of furnaces. Let's cancel all of that, because now I've got some furnaces and I've kind of wedged myself in here. Oh well. Let's use some of this stuff. Now we've made some furnaces. You know, this is some fairly normal looking Factorio stuff. I can get those guys working. What I actually wanted, yeah, was this bit of copper to get a couple more bits of wood. Actually, let's keep on working on these at the same time. Because if I get some more wood, I can build some more power poles, and then I can put the rest of these solar panels down. So I guess we're doing that. Sure. And then I need a little bit more down there, and yeah, we're going to run out of landfill as well. That was the other thing that I noticed that hits quite hard when I was mucking around with like the very early game of this very briefly. So yeah, so now we've got, that wasn't actually the one I wanted, was it? It was this one. And let's not do the giant stochastic thing either. Yeah, because if this thing goes here, then I can have, these guys can get out of the way. And yeah, that's how our base is going to work for a while. So yeah, we're collecting a bunch of stuff. It's all kind of slow and bad. I need a lot of resources to get a lab to start automating more of this stuff. And yeah, this is pretty much what this looks like. So that's, you know, a rough introduction to the mod. I think I turned pollution off because it just doesn't do anything, and there's nothing else in this space. We just have to expand into this space. And because we're now doing all this production, I've put all of my solar panels down. I have, and yeah, we are entirely dependent on solar power, which is pretty rough. The accumulators will do what they can, which is not much, and we're just going to slowly crank out whatever resources we can get, which is also not much. Things now I've got a little bits and pieces of things, which means I can start like these ones, which will get much better rates of return. So this is the only one I've got to start with, which is a very low chance of producing all the various things I need, including uranium and oil that I don't need yet, which is a bit grim. These other ones are like make landfill out of red science, which is like a bit better, which we'll talk about in a moment. Space matter is used for some of those other recipes at the bottom, but then these other ones are, if I already have some wood, I can spend 5 seconds to get another piece of wood, whereas this one is spend 5 seconds to maybe get a random selection of assorted dumb stuff. So if I can be doing these ones, that's going to be more useful. And it's also going to make sure I get the things I want instead of things that I don't want. And then there's an oil variant of this, there's a uranium variant of this. Then there are these other recipes for doing the same thing in these special furnaces, but I think these are a bit faster. Yeah, because this guy's crafting speed 1.5, which means even though this recipe is 5 seconds and is the same recipe as this in 5 seconds, okay, it's got a little bit of extra ore. It's got like a small chance. It's got this 10% chance of having extra copper. The fact that the space matter furnace is 1.5 speed means that that'll be a bit faster, and will also take load off the electrical grid, which is a bit of a big deal. Let's just keep doing this stuff. Because yeah, the other thing I haven't talked about. Do we need? Yeah. Why are you not? Maybe you always were. Who knows? Yeah, because the other thing I haven't talked about is what we're going to do in this series, other than watch these things go kind of slowly. And I was watching a couple of other, sources of inspiration, quotes, inspiration for this thing. So we're going to do a thing called a 40 stack challenge, I think. We'll see how it goes. The standard rules of a 40 stack challenge is, let's just make a box. So I've got a box. Let's get rid of all these other things so I actually get the box. And then let's go back to all that stuff because that's gonna take a while. The idea of a 40 stack challenge is for every item in the game you basically fill up a chest. This isn't actually 40 stacks. I need the next size of box. I might actually just do a 48 stack challenge because that's the number of things that fit in a box. But the idea is every item in the game, wood, coal, inserters, pipe, stone, landfill, every weapon in the game, rocket launchers, spidertrons, space science, etc. We're going to manufacture a total of 40 stacks of them. So this is, an end game goal that doesn't necessarily align with doing all the research. Like, we got to do all the research anyway, because I will need to unlock all the research to manufacture the 40 stacks worth of things I need. So that's the standard known rules of the 40 stack challenge. Every item in the game, make 40 stacks worth of it. The sort of unwritten 40 stack rule is like, install a mod, don't think about how much harder that will make it, and just like get through it. Because this is, doing a 40 stack challenge, regular Factorio, a bit of a deal. Doing a 40 stack challenge in Spaceblock, more of a deal. Doing a 40 stack challenge in Seablock, we're not doing that. But so do these guys have... Are these guys... Hopefully there's... because the thing is, they're only ever... this recipe is actually only a 5% chance of hitting anything. I will do much better if I can actually get all these assemblers onto these recipes. Things, we're going to run out of landfill as well, which is going to be... that's going to be a thing. So we're going to run out of power, we're going to run out of landfill. Never mind the fact that everything is slow and the whole 40 stack challenge is a long way away. What I'd really rather do is get these guys off of this terrible recipe of random chance to get anything, and onto these recipes of actually duplicating resources. To do that well, I'm going to need a bunch of inserters. How many inserters am I going to need? I'm going to need like 3 per machine. Like if I put a box here, power there, and do a loop of inserters, then let's like demonstrate what the issue is with this first. If I go like, make me more iron ore, that's cool. That's now making me a bunch of iron ore. The thing is, let's get some of this working. The thing is, all of the processed ore ends up in the output stack and not in the input stack. And so this cycle will complete and then it will stop because it doesn't have the inputs. So in order to keep this looping around, see, it's stopped now. This is suboptimal. I either need to move all these things to the front, or I need to make some inserters which will take things out of the box and put them back in the box, and all of that kind of stuff. And yeah, that means I need materials, which I've kind of got some of now. Yeah, I don't need as many of those things, do I? Let's have... That's 2 inserters. That's not yet a 3rd inserter. That's a 3rd inserter. Okay, so now I can... I have not set those up yet either. Let's put those there. So now I have automated iron. Probably should have used the fancy assembler for that, but whatever. Oh yeah, and that also means that I can't also just pick up everything like that. But if I can get a bunch more inserters like this, I can automate more of these things, but I also still need just, everything. Yeah. I want 1 more of those. Okay. So things, resources I need, to be honest, I still need basically everything except the uranium and the crude. We basically got to unpick the standard thing of, we also can't make any more assemblers at the moment, because, that's how that works. How many of these things do I have? I reckon that's enough to attempt to kick off the next bit of the plan. That's what I want to do. Is like, this is a nice, like, easy way to set up one of these things. What I would rather have, I think what I would rather have is, let's give ourselves a little more space. Is 2 going to be enough? 2 is not going to be enough, is it? How much should have gone? Whatever. So instead of doing this, we're going to do, oh, we need more chests. Can I? Yeah, I can spend wood on chests. If I do, I thought I had 1 more inserter. Maybe I needed 1 more inserter. Okay, because I need 4 inserters. Because if I do this, now I've got the resources rotating between these 2 boxes. These guys are slow enough that these inserters will always keep up with their input buffers, which means I can just take all the ore out of this middle chest, and that's my initial terrible handcrafted surplus thing. So I want to do that again for other kinds of resources, except that iron, is iron the first? Do I just want more iron? Do I want more? I've got kind of enough landfill. I think I do need more iron at this point, don't I? Yeah, let's just keep going with iron. Then I need, yeah, because I actually still need, I need all of the iron to make all of these inserters. So let's, get around to crafting that as well. Cool. Things that everyone likes to see. Let's make a bunch of those, because we'll need them, because we've got to make a bunch of these. Yeah, this is why we need the inserters. We don't want to be doing this stuff by hand. This is just, like, not great. So I've now got all of the chip. No, I actually need 1 more chip, don't I? So that's my 4 chips. I now need some cogs. These guys I'm having to juggle the stuff around manually because this is a pain. If I actually get, yeah, okay, we're just going to use those. We're going to turn those into inserters. Yeah, so this is kind of I guess this is kind of standard for how Spaceblock works. It's kind of how Seablock, the first couple of bits of Seablock work as well. Okay, so that's going there. I can now have, can I? I cannot. And what I should be doing with my time is just duplicating all of these things. Is that going to be enough? It's not quite going to be enough. It's going to be, yeah, I need like 1 more. Sure. Good time. Oh yeah. I kind of want to get the rest of that stuff done first. And now I can just go back to spending all my time duplicating all these things. Yeah. Okay. So now we've got some iron. How far away am I from needing a lab? I actually need quite a bit more copper to be making a lab. But then again, I also just need all of this stuff as well. I guess I've got these resources as well. But yeah, our power grid is going to be an issue. We're entirely just the solar power stuff. What we do have is we can make water. We can make water blocks. We can't make water blocks there. Can I make? Yeah, so we can make water, and then I can. Okay, I can't make that much water. Is that going to be... yeah. So I've got a limited amount of this water fill, which will allow me to create lakes which can do offshore pump things, which means if I had the resources, which I absolutely do not at the moment, I would be able to have some kind of normal looking power grid, but I don't have that, so we've got to make do with not having that. This can go in there, this can go. Oh yeah, let's duplicate all the stuff again. Yeah. So let's talk about, I mean, there's a bunch of things to talk about. This whole thing is just going to be slow. Because one of the reasons being I've got, another 600 tiles worth of expansion, but that's not really that much. Like if you look at a 10 by 10 block of stuff, that's 100. So I can do that like 6 times, which is going to be pretty rough. And then landfill is this normal thing of needing 20 stone, which is quite a long while if we're looking at, this stone recipe. May as well keep on doing all of these. This stone recipe gets me another bit of stone every 5 seconds, and just sort of works around that catalyst of 5 pieces and gives me a 6 piece every 5 seconds. Landfill, which I've already got unlocked at the beginning because that's how the mod works. It's kind of nice. It's necessary. Takes 20 stone, which is like 100 seconds of processing time. 200 seconds if I'm looking at the fact that these assemblers are like running at crafting speed 0.5. So that's for one piece of landfill. That's like for this. What's the smallest? That's for that piece of landfill there. That single piece is worth 3 1/3 minutes of one of these things running. So that's pretty grim. The second problem, so there is another way of making landfill, apparently. And this looks like it's going to be better. So I need 5 bits of landfill already. Once I've got that, I can make a 6th piece of landfill, which is like 20 bits of stone in 5 seconds. And it costs me 2 red science, and those are the normal recipes. So it's going to take me 4 bits of iron, 2 bits of copper, some intermediate processing to turn those to cogs, and then red science, and then landfill. But this means I can get landfill for a total of 6 plates instead of 20, so that's significantly better, but also requires a lot more work. And also, I don't have almost anything at all set up yet. Because I don't even have the automation text going at the moment. But can I start on them? I need 10 circuits. Okay, so I can get 8 circuits already. Let's go and do that. I need to put a power grid here, need a lot of iron for a power grid. Thing is, even once I have a lot of iron for a power grid, I need coal to power the power grid, because that's about the only thing I have at the moment. And this is sort of randomly worked up from this process. But the thing is, I'm going to need a lot of this stuff just to be able to make all the coal that I need to power the power grid, to make the coal that I need to power the power grid, to make the iron that I need to build the power grid, to make all the ore that I need to make the landfill that I need to get the space to make the coal and the iron, so that I can do some science. So that's pretty much how all that works. 8, 9, 10. Okay, so this is... we might be close to actually making a lab and getting automation. Okay, so we've got one of those. We've got 2 of those. We can start researching automation, probably. If I actually start researching automation. and you know, I actually give it the science. Okay, so we're researching automation. Probably, do I want to change some of these over to, maybe I want some of those making iron or copper. Maybe I actually want some of them. You know, we're just back in the same place, aren't we? I want all of them making everything. I need a lot of iron to do everything. I need a bit of copper to also do everything. I need a lot of stone to make the landfill on which to build everything, and I need a lot of coal to power the power plant to power everything. So I still just need basically everything. That should be all 10 that thing needs. So let's actually, you know, do this thing I talked about of, is it too early to be committing those resources to landfill? Maybe, who knows. What I am going to do is I am going to change these guys to this stuff, and we're going to make sure the inserters don't have the wrong thing either. And then, yeah, you guys just work on getting me that. So I've got some amount of it now. Not an amount I feel happy about. Just keep on making all the things. Yeah, this tick is going to pop, and I'm going to not be in any case, not going to be in any situation of being able to do anything with it. But never mind. Yeah. So this whole thing is going to be kind of slow, and I'm almost certainly going to leave a bunch of space between episodes, because we got that done. What's going to be next? I guess logistics is going to be next, because we're going to need to tie things together. Like, all the military stuff kind of doesn't matter except for that later 40 stack challenge. Why do you not have anything? Maybe because I emptied you out earlier. You guys are still doing stuff, sure. Yeah. Also, you've only got a 5% chance. Yeah. So I think that's where we're probably gonna leave it here for this episode. This is like an introduction to Spaceblock. Everything is slow. I don't have any of the things I need. Introduction to 40 stack challenge. I've got to build a ton of stuff I don't need, including probably, so first of all, Spaceblock is going to make 40 stack challenge more difficult, just because getting more stuff is more difficult. There's probably also a couple of other, like, I don't know that much about where the space matter goes and what these furnaces end up doing, but I can see there being other things that I need to build that are vastly more expensive than just like the normal combat robots and artillery shells and spidertrons and portable fusion reactors and things like that that usually make the 40 stack challenge difficult. But yeah, that's where we're going to go at the moment. We've got like a bit of this automation, which is kind of bad. We've still got this guy doing the random stuff, which is, you know, fine. Yeah. I'll probably keep ticking this over and hand feeding some stuff, and when I've got slightly more of the things, we'll come back and see what the next kind of stuff looks like.